What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Phil. That's Sam.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
We're Bars and Barbells. You know that if you're subscribed. If not, this is your first time on the channel. Thank you for joining us to check out some Neil Young. We've got Like a Hurricane.
Yeah, we've done, quite a few Neil Young songs on the channel now.
Albuquerque was the last one that we did, and it was a request from the same person that requested this one, David.
Yes, thank you so much, David, for supporting the channel again. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate everybody's support.
Yes.
Whether you're David,
you
who
guys are
sponsored
awesome.
this one, or you come to review, or you're a member and you vote on our polls, or you leave us a comment to give us insights, you hit that like button. Any of that stuff has made our channel become something that we never thought was possible.
Yes.
And we're
So
very
grateful for you
that.
guys.
Yeah. And we've got to experience so much cool stuff along the way.
Yeah, like an insane amount.
Neil Young has been a part of that.
Here we are, 1,300 videos later.
Yeah, and our music tastes have grown so much. And as I was saying, Neil Young, we really did not have a good feel for him at all when we started the channel. I think you had a little more of a feel for him because of your dad.
Yeah, like a very small amount. I never really listened to him like growing up or anything. So
Right. But you had heard his name, I
Yes.
think, quite often from
Yeah.
your dad.
My dad was always like, you guys have to check out this. And we were like, okay.
Did you ever find out about Albuquerque or no?
No, I forgot to ask. I need to ask about that.
Anyways, if you don't know what we're talking about, you have to go back and watch that last video. But I've enjoyed Neil Young because he's shown so many different sides. We've done CSNY as well, which is a completely different sound. And we haven't even got into anything like Buffalo Springfield. So he's got a huge catalog, really renowned, born in 1945, I think, from Toronto, Canada. And so, he's got a catalog of music that has lasted on for a very, very long time. But this one here, as Sam was saying, 1977, Like a Hurricane. If they want to add this to their playlist,
you can check the description below. We always have the link for the Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube version of the song for you to add it to your playlist.
all right, let's find out about Like a Hurricane.
Once I thought I saw you in a crowded
crushing it on the guitar. Sounds like it's screaming.
Wow, did not expect that from Neil.
He was just ripping on the guitar. It almost sounded like the guitar was like screaming.
Agreed. Yeah, I think I don't think we've heard that from Neil Young yet
No,
on the channel.
not really, no.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. We've heard a lot of different styles from him.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know that he could do that. Like I didn't even know he was capable of doing that on the electric guitar because we've never heard that before.
Yeah, no, he killed it. And I was saying that I feel like the guitar solo almost sounded like a hurricane because it just came in with all this energy and it was like screaming and a little bit chaotic, but still melodic.
Yeah, I guess it could be like a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the emotions, the lyrics playing on this theme of emotions and the power that they have of, this longing feeling, which we've heard a couple of times, I think, from Neil being very emotive with his songs and his lyrics.
Yeah.
He's clearly got a creative catalog, I mean, it's not, you can't just box him in and just say,
No.
this
Lots
is
of
the type of
creativity.
music that Neil Young does.
Yeah. And you have to have talent to be able to do that, right? Like, to be able to do all these different styles of music and different sounds and sound good in all of them.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I was just going to mention briefly, we get going again, is that the rawness of this, like, I don't know how it was recorded. I assume they purposely recorded it this way, but it almost sounds like unfinished. But I think that it's supposed to give it this raw emotion vibe that they're providing with the mix and the mastering as well. Because it seems like they just left it. It was like they just recorded. It's like, we're not going to clean this up at all, and leave it the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely obviously have more of an ear for that than I do.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like jamming out. I'm like, this is like lots of emotional depth, lots of like energy to this.
And Tiffany's joined us. If you can hear her, I'm sure you can, although maybe not.
Little
Background
meows peeping in the background.
background vocals here for us are Tiffany. Anyways, let's get back into this one, Like a Hurricane.
Just a dream.
was definitely a masterful 2 sections of guitar work there. Masterful instrumental sections, I guess I should just say, because I really started to get into it more in the second half. I mean, it's sometimes hard, I think, when we do these videos to get into the groove of something or the sound of something right off the bat when you haven't heard them from a while and you just jump back into a Neil Young song and it sounds completely different than any
Yeah,
Neil
well, especially
Young
when you have no
song.
idea what to expect because it's your first time hearing it, right?
Yeah, so I found that I really started to get into the creativity of the solo work in the second half from the composition standpoint, meaning that everything that was used was well positioned, well placed. So they had like this really far back in the mix. It was a key. I'm pretty sure it's a key. And like there was no section at all where it stopped. It would just change notes throughout the whole, and like, but there was never any break in the key section. It just kept going and going and going. And that was really far back in the mix. And then you obviously had the guitar that was layered on top of that. And then the fillings of the drum section and like the cymbal usage to explode and then add this drama after it builds into a crescendo at certain sections. And then it's emphasized more from the dramatic feel through the keys or, like I said, a cymbal usage. But it just kept like, felt like it was, going through this journey of, through a hurricane or a storm or whatever. And then the use of some of the effects on the guitar as well were very prominent. And it almost sounded like towards the end, we were getting towards like more wind, almost the sound of wind from the guitar, like staticky.
Yeah.
But the guitar sound changed throughout, which was like, it was so subtle, you almost didn't notice it, but it was really, really cool from that respect. So anyways, what are you thinking? What are your
Yeah, I
thoughts?
thought it was cool. I think my favorite part of it was like the emotive guitar playing. And I think that like there's a lot of creativity there, but I do like how the song itself, like even though that was kind of up and down with the solos, that there was like kind of this steady groove in the background that still had a melodic flow to the song overall. But yeah, I liked how it kind of sounded like raw and emotive. And like I said, I felt like it did resemble like a storm or a hurricane, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. So all that said, I love that stuff. I do still struggle with certain notes that Neil gets into vocal wise that I feel like I don't resonate with as much. I would say it was like sparse and sporadic in this, but there were certain points I'm just like, I could tell, I can understand now when some people, I used to hear people say, you either love Neil Young or you don't like him. Or
Like
I
his
think,
voice, you mean? Yeah.
or Bob Dylan, I think was another person. Like you
Yeah.
either love their voice or you don't. And I can start to understand why that is, because there's certain times where I'm like, oh, like this note sounds a little off, but it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
So you fall in love with Neil Young probably for that reason, because
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like
It's like unique.
yeah. And the other thing I noticed that is unique that he does is he has these pauses when he says words. So he'll say a bunch of words, and then before he finishes a sentence, he'll pause, and then he'll emphasize those lyrics, which adds a little, I think, a little more weight from the bar standpoint of the
Yeah.
lyrics. But anyways, overall, it was great. Really, like I said, blown away by Neil's capability on the guitar.
Yeah.
On this
So thanks
one.
for the
It was wild.
recommendation.
Yeah, thank you for that, David. Really appreciate the support, guys. Let us know. Give us details down below. Hit that like button. Hit the comments section as well. Let us know if there's other Neil Young you want us to check out. And other than that, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
See you in the next one.